never complain about garbage again.
We're finally starting on my favorite level in the entire game, Rooftops. Now there are two ways to run this level, either with a mine in your first slot and a rocket launcher in the second slot, or a rocket launcher in the first slot and a mine in the second slot. Having a mine in your first slot is faster, but I will show both starts and both routes. Your objective in Rooftops is to get Jack to the end of the mission. Now when speedrunning it, we want him to stop as little as possible, so we try to take out each enemy before he has time to take aim at them. As soon as we start the level, we're going to run forward and use the right trigger to throw a remote mine at 3 enemies that are attacking Jack. It's a very tricky throw to make, but what will hopefully happen is either the mine will hit one of the guards, or one of the guards will move and set off the mine. Next, we'll roll off this platform right here. Even though it only eliminated 2 of the guards, Jack can usually handle the last one pretty quickly. Now, if you struggle to make the mine throw, or it doesn't hit the guards and none of them run over it, there's a second way to do it. Here we use the secondary function of the mines, which is the remote mine feature. The downside of this is that we have to have the mines out to set off the explosion. While that method is slower, it's a good way to practice your remote mine throws and still be able to complete runs. This is the third way to start the level out. It is the slowest, but it's probably the easiest to learn. The reason I suggest starting with the mines instead of the rockets is if you use the mines, you have an extra rocket to either save in case you miss one of the shots on Killian, or you can use the extra rocket on one of the enemies near the end of the level. Punch the guard to the left as you run past here and try not to miss the staircase. It's easier to miss than it looks. Next, just knock out this guard and then throw a proximity mine at the 3 guards shooting at Jack. You can also just use a remote mine here. The first 2 mines you're going to throw here need to be proximity mines. Those will take out 2 of the guards that come running up the street. Their speed really varies, so using a remote mine there is too unpredictable. The 2 guards who get out of this vehicle right here are invincible while they're stepping out of it, and also sometimes just won't set off proximity mines, so you're going to want to use a remote mine here. Around here their animation is about to finish, so you want to go ahead and set off the mine right now. Once you've knocked out this guard and the one with the pistol, you're going to want to switch out your mines for the pistol, because we'll need it later. You can also just kill the sniper so he doesn't cause issues later. Perfect aim.
Trigger the fire alarm. Get in through the fire exit.
Now we're going to turn right and we'll see on the bottom floor of the building we were just at, Jack is fighting his way up to the top and we have to assist him. We're going to start out by firing at this explosive barrel. Now you actually want to wait a little bit longer than I did, or all the guards won't come out, because when they first spawn into this part and they're running in, they will stop dead in their tracks if one of them is fired at before they all get outside the door. Luckily, I used mines the whole time, so I have 1 rocket to spare. 2 guards are going to run in 1 floor above where I'm aiming.
Joe, can you see him?
The last 5 guards are going to spawn in up left from where I'm aiming right now. They sort of bump each other sometimes, but typically this guy gets into position first, so you want to go ahead and headshot him. The second guard usually gets to this barrel a little late, but sometimes he'll get there in time. If he doesn't, after you fire at this barrel, you'll just have to either rely on Jack to shoot him, or you'll have to take him out yourself. This zip line can be very finicky. The best way to get on it is to stand sort of away from the rail as you're trying to grab it. You can go ahead and switch to your rocket launcher as you're traveling down the zip line, or you can do it when you get here. It's up to you. As soon as Jack enters that room, you're going to want to press the button so that he can go down the elevator. It won't always show Jack on that screen right there, though. So what I would recommend you do is watch when he gets into the room and look at the mini map right there to see where the green dot is. Then you'll know when to press the button every run.
Come on, Joe. The cleaning rig's out of power. Can you kickstart the motor?
You are able to turn the camera to the right as you're falling off the zip line, but sometimes you can kind of turn too much and get a little turned around. So if you're extremely lucky here, Killian will miss every single shot, but usually you're going to have to roll once or twice to get through the bullets. Now this is the run killer right here. You're going to run off this platform and then mid-air roll backwards, and it's going to take you out of bounds. Now you kind of want to be looking either forward and roll back to the right, or looking to the left like I am, and then roll backwards as you run off.
That's it. We're nearly there.
I'm going to play that again, but I'm going to slow it down this time. So first we run off the platform. Now that we've fallen about 10 or so frames, we're going to roll backwards. It's a pretty difficult trick at first, but it kind of becomes second nature after you've practiced it for a bit. Now we just run off here to progress the level.
Did you miss me? This is gonna get real
Replying there doesn't actually do anything. I just do it because it's funny.
bad for you.
For me, but I'm just
Now right before we get to Jack, we want to pull out our rocket launcher, so we'll have it for the boss fight.
having fun.
His patterns in this boss fight are completely random, but he'll always be sitting in the same spot at the beginning, so you'll always have time to look up and fire one shot at him.
Stay still, damn it.
Once you've hit the same engine with 3 missiles, the fight's over. Now, we think that where he is when the 3rd missile hits him affects how fast the fight actually ends, but we don't know for sure. But either way, after the 3rd missile hits him, he flies to the same spot every time. So you want to make your way to that spot. That way he isn't flying at you as long. And that is the end of the level and the end of my 4th tutorial on Perfect Dark Zero individual level runs. Thanks for watching.